Alright boys, what's good? Not my turbo, as you might realise, or as you might know from the last video. So, I'm on the Auckland motorway now. I found a turbo at a car wrecker's. It's like near enough $300, so I just need to go buy it, try and whack it on the side of the road somewhere, and hopefully it'll be good. This thing is still smoking like a bitch. Like, I'm amazed. I'm in Auckland traffic, like gridlock, and I'm really astounded that no one's abused the fuck out of me yet, because fuck, it stinks, bro. Like, there's just pouring out, like burning oil out the exhaust, and it's bad. Like, it's real bad. So it's about 4 o'clock now. It's about 20 minutes away, but with this traffic, fuck, I might not even make it, you know. So pray for me, fucking hopefully we get there, eh? All right, let's give it a good one, eh boys? See you there. Well, this is going to be the end of me. I've already lost like a good 10, almost 15 minutes of estimated arrival time, so if it carries on like this, we won't be making it. I used to smoke full time. I gave up. I then came to Auckland at the start of the week, and guess who fucking started smoking again? Yours fucking truly. Alright, we made it here with about half an hour to spare. So it's about 4:35 now, so I'm going to quickly check the engine oil, because it is still smoking bad. I thought it would have burnt that shit out the exhaust by now. So I just want to check the engine oil and make sure it's not burning fucking copious amounts of oil, meaning that there's like further damage done, meaning buying a turbo for it's probably a waste of fucking time. So quickly check the engine oil, and then we'll go in there and buy this turbo. Alright, we made it here with about half an hour to spare. So it's about 4:35 now, so I'm going to quickly check the engine oil, because it is still smoking bad. I thought it would have burnt that shit out the exhaust by now. So I just want to check the engine oil and make sure it's not burning fucking copious amounts of oil, meaning that there's like further damage done, meaning buying a turbo for it's probably a waste of fucking time. So quickly check the engine oil, and then we'll go in there and buy this turbo. Alright, so here I am, side of the road, parked up under some shelter, random business. It's closed, it's 5 o'clock, well it's like after 4 anyway. Where's turbo? There's turbo right there. So we've got a replacement turbo. Here's me fucked one. For some reason it's definitely still pushing oil out. I've just checked the dipstick, and the dipstick is low, so I'm not sure what's going on there. I've taken the oil cap off, and there doesn't seem to be mad blow by, so hopefully it's just something weird going on with having a blown turbo that's causing it to suck oil through. Fuck, I don't know, but it's definitely losing oil, so fuck. So we'll pull the turbo off quickly, throw that one on there. Hopefully it'll be sweet. Now I'm not going to record the turbo coming off, because it's not very hard, you know. It's like what, some dump pipe bolts, some manifold bolts, oil feed, oil return, and coolant. So I'll come back to you when I'm halfway, and hopefully it's not too far away, because it's fucking cold, it's fucking shit, and I can hear thunder and lightning in the background. It's 4:45 now. See you hopefully very shortly. Alright, 10 minutes into it, pretty wet, it's fucking pissing down. And is the turbo off? No. That bolt there, back corner, hello. Fucking strips, not undoing, being a cunt. And I haven't got a hacksaw to cut it off. I don't even know where I am in relation to going to find an auto parts store. It's 5 o'clock. Okay, it is now 6:15, so we're an hour later. I've had to take the whole manifold off. Went for a walk around some of the local businesses here, and went down to the left there. Anyway, a bro came down with a grinder, battery powered, and would you believe it, it was even AEG, so good cunt. We fucking fanboyed over that for a bit. So I had to cut a stud, and another one snapped off, so you can see there I've cut that one, and that one snapped off. So I had to take it off to get the grinder in there, but I've got it off. Now, I'm kind of happy, because inside here, there's no oil around here, so even inside the manifold as well. So it's quite dry in all of the runners on the manifold. So that tells me that no oil is coming out of any cylinders. So there's no bent valves or anything, hopefully, and it's not actually that, it's not the motor that's causing all this engine oil to keep on getting pushed into the exhaust. Fuck, look at the damage there. The bloody compressor wheel's gone into, my god. So what I'm thinking is that I took the feed off the turbo, the oil feed, but I left the return on. So I'm wondering if some suction thing was happening and it was actually back feeding oil up through the return and then into the exhaust. So that's the reason there's high oil consumption and it's still emitting heaps of smoke out the pipe. Whatever the reason may be, I'm not sure, but hopefully this turbo fixes it. So I'll now go and throw that turbo onto my manifold, bolt it all together, and then I'm going to probably go for a walk to get some engine oil, because this thing's not on the dipstick again, it's completely empty and I don't want to fuck it. So hopefully there is hopefully there's a gas station close to here, and we'll be alright. Okay, it is 6:30, very wet, very cold. Fuck this shit. And I actually took a shit down there, so just letting you know. So I've got the turbo back on, I got the charge piping done up, I got the dump pipe hooked up, I got the oil feed, the water return, all that fucking good stuff is all hooked up. Now I'm still low on oil though, and I'm now low on coolant after undoing the water lines. But after hunting around for a tap, there's fucking one right there, and guess what? It's even got the fucking tap on it, so that's great. I've got the intercooler sitting there, it's just pouring out the last bit of oil that's in it, so that will be nice and fresh. I'll button this up, put some water in it, intercooler back on the front, and I'm gonna punch into the GPS how far away a petrol station is, and probably go for a walk just to get a few litres, or I might punch in the warehouse, and I might just fucking risk it and just drive to the warehouse quickly, because yeah, fuck, what a shit show. So it's about 7 o'clock, so I've been doing this now for about 2 hours, which isn't too bad, like really, when I think about it, because I had issues with that fucking bolt stripping and I had to go for a run in the rain and found a cuzzy with a grinder and he was pretty helpful, so fucking too much. So I'll go get some water, pour some water in, and hopefully this job's fucking tops, mate. Alright, got oil all over my hands. I was trying to find the warehouse. I've ended up at a countdown, but Cliffy is running sweet, so there's no smoke coming out the pipe. She's all running sweet. We're just low as on oil, and this was the closest place I could come where I hope we've got some oil. So let's go see if we can't get on some of that Countdown engine oil. But the answer is no, you cannot buy budget brand engine oil from Countdown. So did just get directions to the warehouse though, so it's just down the road. My GPS put me crook, but maybe I just drove straight past it, to be honest, because I did just come from that way. All right, the big red ute is at the big red shed, so let's go get some fucking budget engine oil. That's the one right there. Young 15 weight, 30 buck, even for diesel. Fucking bang on. Okay, so I've driven it sort of 5 minutes, 10 minutes here. I've only gone real quietly though, because there is no oil on the dipstick. I'll check the coolant quickly, pour in some of me $30 multi-grade oil, and yeah, then I'll head to a gas station and have a good check over it under the lights in the canopy. I'm gonna spill this, I know it. Oh, not even. Not bad. Not very bad at all. Okay, so I've just poured at least half of that in, and it is still not even on the dipstick. So 2 litres and it's not even on the dipstick yet. So I'll pour the rest in and see where we get. Right, let's see. I know you should probably wait a little while to let it settle to get a true reading, but it's going to be as good as anything, isn't it? So 4 litres has put it right in the middle. So it'll probably fill up a little bit more as it drains down, but yeah, she was definitely low. So these things take about 7 litres of oil, and I've just put 4 in it, so yeah, she was pretty low. She had 3 litres left in it, probably enough to pick up on the oil pump and keep oil pressure, but fuck, not very good, eh? Not very. Alright, well that was a bit of a shit show, because of the bolts, like, you know, a couple of bolts seizing, and fuck, I was just thankful that some dude had a grinder, man, and like came down in the rain and fuck it, hooked it up, bro. Like, good cunt, man. Fucking legit legend, man. So I'm gonna head to a gas station now, and I'm just gonna rape their fucking toilet, eh? Because I've got dirty oil all over me. I did just buy it. Fuck, that car's getting pretty close to my... Hey, bro, you fucking serious, cunt? You better have a fucking reverse camera, bro. Fucking Jesus, last thing I need, eh? You back into me. There's an empty spot beside me. Back into there, you fuckhead. That's the one. Keep turning, keep turning. You fucked it up again. My God. Yeah, you're sweet. Sweet as. Don't fucking crash into me. fuck, that would have been great. Here, back into me while I'm just real fucked off. So I'm gonna go to a BP station now. I've topped it up with oil. Yeah, I've got oil in it, coolant. It's holding on to its fluids. It's not smoking anymore. I legit think I'll show you the turbo when I get to the PB station. But yeah, I think it was actually like sucking oil through the return back up and into the exhaust, and that's why I was smoking, because as soon as I changed that turbo out, smoke instantly gone. So I'm pretty sure that's where my oil consumption was coming from while it was, fuck, I drove like half an hour down the motorway like you've seen. And it was just pouring smoke out, like cars were staying way the fuck back. Like, I'm surprised cars weren't honking at me and giving me the finger eye, because it was literally, it was shit, man. So I'm gonna go to a gas station, rape their toilets, wash the fuck out of my hands. I've got some degreaser. I'm gonna spray degreaser all underneath my ute, because it's raining at the moment, so while I'm driving, the water will just like hopefully wash it off. Yeah, let's do it. I've also I just tuned the fuel back up too. I only just gave it one fuel screw, like I turned it right back because it wasn't running the turbo. So I turned the fuel right down to compensate for the lack of air that it was getting. So it was like idling real low and it was just real gutless. So I've turned the fuel back up just a little bit. And I've got this turbo just running the factory boost. So I haven't hooked up my boost tap yet. So it'll probably only be running like 12 pounds or something. And real low fuel. So this is just sort of like a run-in period. Yeah, it's still early, it's only 7:30, so I've still got a couple of heinies in the back, so I'll probably have a heinie before I go back to the homestay, which is horrible. I'm actually staying at like someone's house, some random old lady that like mutters under her breath about me not closing or opening my curtains during the day. But yeah, fuck her. Let's go to the gas station. Alright, so I've just got to BP. I've checked all my fluids. Oil's still mint, coolant's still mint, nothing's leaking, so fucking tops. Now, I know I probably should have maybe recorded a bit more, but when you're forced to do a turbo change in a car park, it's not great. So, especially when it's raining, like it is miserable out, man. It's so wet. You probably can't see the rain, but I'm getting rained on right now, and it's just a shit show, especially when you're like 5 hours from home. You haven't got your, you know, all you got is a barcode set and a torch, so it hasn't been great. But it's going, it seems to be running all right. I'm fucking stoked as, because fuck, man, fuck. So here's the old turbo, and the exhaust compressor wheel is actually completely gone. So I imagine that's halfway down my exhaust somewhere. We might retrieve that someday, I'm not too sure. But what I think was happening, and the reason it was still smoking, was I disconnected the oil feed to stop pumping oil into it, not realizing, not knowing that this would happen, but I left the oil return hooked up. Now what I think was happening was that gases from the engine were going through there and out there, and it was actually creating a draft from the front, and it was actually pulling oil up and in, because when I pulled the exhaust manifold off, as you've seen, there was no oil in the runners, there was no oil coming out of the head. All the oil was just confined to the turbo, and because I had unhooked the feed, the only answer was the return. So I really didn't think it would pull oil uphill and then push it out the exhaust, but I guess with the flow going through, it's drawn sort of a draft, and that was causing it to use oil while the turbo was unhooked, and it was causing the mass amounts of smoke. So I'm just fucking glad it's all right. As soon as I put it back together, it seems to run as sweet as now, so fucking bang on.